Greetings, my friends. My name is John Schepcoff, and welcome, and thank you for visiting this website here and also my video here. You know, the reason why you're here is because number one is you want to know how to balance your checkbook, or how do you do a reconciliation, and I'm going to teach you. It will only take you probably 2 minutes at the most. I designed this program on my own, many years ago. And it seems like wherever I go or I hear people talking, they seem like I always hear them talk about their checkbook is never in balance. And to me, that's just an awkward, feeling, to be out of balance. Because if it's out of balance, well then if you could write, rubber checks, so to speak, okay? So I'm going to teach you on paper how to actually balance your checkbook, or how do you do a reconciliation on your checkbook. It takes 2 to 3 minutes at the max, okay? It's a no-brainer, and I just wish they would teach my concept in school. Most people don't do this. So I'm going to teach you how to do it. And then second of all, I'm actually going to give you a free program that I designed in Excel. So if you have Microsoft Office, call me up. I'm going to give you this free program, and you're thinking, why am I going to give it to you? I'm going to give it to you because, one, I want you to go to my web address, okay, and then you're going to get my phone number and call me up. And two is I want to give you an opportunity if you want to make money in the lease purchase, or maybe even buy your first home, maybe you've been renting all your life, buy your first home on your own. I will either consult with you, or I will mentor you. But the bottom line is I want to show you that there are ways to actually make a legitimate income, not these multi-level companies that people are always trying to get you to do, and they never seem to work out. I belong to a couple of them, and yes, I do make money, but nothing like what I make in the lease purchase and rent to own, where you can make a 6- and 7-figure income very easy your first year. I love teaching people how to make money, and I'm good at it. And the other thing I want to do is I want to give you a formula how to do your checkbook that you can actually balance within right to the very penny. Okay, it's easy, takes 2 to 3 minutes. And then of course, anybody that calls me up, I will give you a free program that I designed in Excel that you can just put this on your computer, and then you'll know exactly what your balance is, and that way you don't have to use a calculator. It does everything for you. You just put in the dollar amount of the check, you put in the deposits that you make, and if you make any interest on it. It's so easy, and that takes like a couple seconds. So I want to give that to you free when you call. Okay, this happens to be Jeff and Sandy's checkbook, and this is just an example. We have a beginning balance of $9,000. You have to start somewhere, okay? So we have, say, $9,000, and what it is you've got these entries that you put in here. So we have a $1,550, $985, $1,625, $85.79, $59.68. We also have a voided check, okay, and $23.54, $15. We have a couple deposits here on Sandy's paycheck and Jeff's paycheck, okay. And every time you get a check that shows up on either your bank online or your statement, you need to put an X every time that something comes in. Okay. Now, Jeff and Sandy, they think that their total is actually $13,098.39. Well, that's not true. See, first of all, according to the bank statement online or on paper, let's say that it says that it's $13,099.44. Now we know that these blanks, okay, these are checks that have not come in. So the first thing, all you're going to do is whatever the total that the online says, or what the balance says on the piece of paper, that's the number you're going to use. Okay, so you're going to use this one right here. Okay, now I'm going to tell you, my friends, banks don't make mistakes. They don't. They occasionally will make an error, but they catch it. And this is, if it's going to be an error, it's going to be something like this. Let's say that Jeff's paycheck is it's 1970, so it's 1,970, and let's just suppose that the bank said that it was 970. Well, the next day they're going to give him a plus of $1,000. or they're going to take this out and then start over. So they're going to take out the 970 and then put in 1970. They're going to correct it the next day. Banks just don't screw up. They don't do that anymore, okay? They can't be in business, okay? Banks are very professional. So if they do make mistakes, and tellers will make the mistake because they put the wrong number in, and it does happen occasionally. But I can promise you, the bank is going to fix it the very next day. I'm telling you, they just don't make mistakes, okay? And so that's where you're going to get the mistake, is because they put the wrong amount. But I can promise you, banks will fix it the very next day, so you don't have to worry about that on that, or even in the service fee. So as you can see, even here, Jeff and Sandy, they have interest that they earn $1.05. So you put that in there, okay? And you're just going to write that dollar amount. Now sometimes you don't even know what that amount is, okay? So you leave that. So anyway, they think, again, they have $13,098.39. It's not true. You're going to use this number here, $13,099.44 minus $985, which happens to be this one, because you haven't received that check, right? They haven't actually cashed it, and this $85.79, they haven't cashed that. So you subtract this one, and the real balance is $13,003.80. And the first thing you want to do is actually change your name instead of having Jeff and Sandy, okay? And right here is where you're going to put the check number, or you're going to put in here you paid online. That's how I do it. So you can decide how you want to do it. So if you bank online and you write a check out of this, you're going to say online. If you write a check, it's going to be check number 1013, 1014, 1015, and so forth. Here you're going to put the dates of your check. Okay, here's the description of the transaction. The check amount is on the left side, the deposits go on the right, and of course this does a running balance for you. Never write on the red. You can only write only on the yellow only. That's it, okay? So if we go through this now, and we're going to start this, okay, let's just say we have a balance of $9,000. Okay, that's on the right hand side there. $9,000. Okay, you have to start somewhere, so that's what our beginning balance is, okay? Now we wrote a check for $15.50. Walmart $9.85, Sears $16.25, Wells Fargo $85.79, B of A $59.68. We have a voided check, Discover. We have two of those, by the way, $23.54. We have another one for $15. Jeff's Pay, which is $19.70, that goes on the right side because it's actually a deposit, okay? And we have Sandy, she makes $23.54. Yes, she makes more than Jeff. And then we have interest earned for that month, $1.05. Okay, I also put in this program for those people who wanted it, is they wanted to see how much they've actually written in checks and dollars amount. So that's what that is, $225.61. This is actually how much they made a deposit, $4,025.05. So it's pretty easy. And what you want to do is once you've done the month, or you're going to the next month, all you do is going to do this. Okay, so we have the last number here, which happens to be, let me write this down, 13,09944. Okay, so what we're going to do is take our mouse and we're going to scroll up. We're going to hit the delete button. We're going to scroll up, hit the delete button again. Okay, and we're going to hit the delete button there. Okay, so we're started out, and let's just say these happen to be the same people. Of course, these dates would change. Of course, these numbers here. So the first thing is we're going to put our dollar amount. How much is at the ending balance? It's $13,099.44. Okay, and then we just put in our numbers, and we start over again. Now you can keep this a running balance if you want to, and you can. It's very easily. The only thing is you're going to have to copy the entire cell, and you can do that. The drawback is that when you're looking at this, if you want to keep it for the full year, and you can, okay, those people who want to, you don't have to, but if you do want to keep it, you have to always scroll to the very bottom and see exactly what this is. Okay, some people don't want to do that. They want to see it every single month. And remember, you actually write all this stuff in your own checkbook in the first place. Again, my name is John Schepcoff. I encourage you to go to my website and give me a call today if you're committed to having more, doing better, and living life to the absolute fullest. By the way, if you're an entrepreneur, I also offer a 1-year mentorship, which is free after we have completed our first deal together with lease options and rent to own. Give me a call today. By the way, I even answer my own phone.